I'm Monty.
Wow, that's how you introduce yourself? Hi, welcome to Odd Frequency. I'm your host, Dare, joined by.
Monty, hello.
Why do you look like you're shell shocked?
I'm not shell shocked.
You're staring off into space like you've seen something.
I'm staring so fucking hard right now where the only thing I'm focused on is just listening. And I'm just, when people say they've reached the flow state. So I'm listening. I'm observing, I'm listening.
What are
And
you
if that
listening
comes off
to?
as shell shocked, then I guess I'm a little shell
I'm
shocked.
just, you got the 1,000 yard stare. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm very, in this conversation right now.
What's the most shocking thing you've seen on the internet
Of all time.
of all time?
Man, probably a beheading video. I don't know.
How common were those for you?
Not so common. You definitely had to dig for them.
When I was like 6.
You saw one when you were 6?
Yeah, dude, I had older cousins, so I literally walked into the room one day and they were just showing me, they're like, "Hey, come check this out." And I'm like, "What's
That's
that?"
not even
And it was
older cousins. How old?
they were probably teenagers at the time.
Dang, I'm sorry you went through that.
I mean, it wasn't
Obviously, it stuck with you if you still remember it.
well, I mean, even when I was a teenager, I mean, you have access to the internet and you want to see certain things that you're like, "I wonder what that would look like." And as an
You
adult,
wanted to see that?
I,
Like, you
well,
went to look for that?
I think there's a lot of people on the internet that are listening to this that have probably seen similar things or have gone out in search of those things.
Well, I mean, sometimes they could just pop up on your, on your feed.
Well, see, that's the thing now. Now it's like unsolicited. Now you don't really get the choice. But back then you genuinely had to go look for it on specific websites. A lot of those websites do not exist anymore. There were websites like LiveLeak, for example, was a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Best Score was one that I frequented when I was a teenager. And as I got older, I started to, I think, develop more empathy. Not that I was never an empathetic person, but I think as an adult, you start to realize, okay, like the things that I'm watching right now, like these are real people experiencing very gruesome things, and it's not something you really want to
Well, I mean, I
feed
think that's what
into.
definitely does it for me. I think those videos are so hard to watch because I feel like I don't know, they're experiencing something that it is probably the worst thing you can experience in some situations. Like sometimes these people, like something happens to them that you don't even think about could happen to you. And in like a beheading video, I mean, that's just probably one of the worst ways to die.
You
Would
know,
it
you,
not
you
be?
you talk about how like, oh, maybe it had an effect on you, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I have a lot of anxiety and I have a lot of worry about a lot of things that I've seen happen to other people. Maybe that's why I'm so afraid of certain things. Like specifically motorcycles is a huge thing for me because I've seen motorcycle accidents where people just ended up folded
Yeah.
or beheaded. I remember a couple years ago, nearby, someone was uh, hauling it down the street at high speed over here by us, and they lost control of their motorcycle and hit it at such a high speed that, keep in mind, they're wearing a helmet, right?
Mm-hmm.
They hit it at such a high speed that the pole they hit
Jesus
beheaded them.
Christ.
And when the articles came out and when people were posting about it on Facebook and all these things, one of the crucial points or one of the crucial photos of that collection of photos was an image of the person's head still inside the helmet but detached from their body.
Well,
So that is one of the things that has stuck with me in regards to motorcycles.
yeah,
So
but
like
do you not? So obviously you're saying that you would never get a motorcycle because of that.
I would never get a motorcycle for two reasons. One, because if you're going to get a motorcycle, take out a life insurance policy because I can guarantee the percentage of or the chances of you dying in a fatality purely because of you owning a motorcycle goes up. It definitely does. And that's a statistic. Like there's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
but for two reasons. One, it's just more dangerous. There's no seatbelt. I mean, you can wear padding all you want. You can wear a helmet, but just like that guy was wearing a helmet, obviously it doesn't always do what it needs to do. I mean, what can you do? But also, other people are stupid, especially here in California. People don't know how to drive. So you're going to end up in a bad situation. And that's what's scary. I have never owned a motorcycle, but I have a great respect for those that ride motorcycles, especially when I'm out driving. I'm not going to cut off a motorcycle. I'm not going to be like, oh, look, they're going in between lanes. It's legal. I understand that. I'm going to give you the space. I'm not going to be an asshole about it because I never want to be at the end of one of those situations where I'm like, damn, like I took someone's life. It's never that serious for me, at least. But that's why I would never own a motorcycle. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like also I don't know why motorcycle people are just targeted on the road sometimes.
It most of the time I've seen those videos.
People don't like when they're just passing through them.
Yeah, when they what is it called? Like lane splitting. That's what it's called. But a lot of those videos that I've seen with that are filmed by, because they were wearing GoPros or action cameras. It's usually like older people that get pissed off the most.
Yeah.
That have the most road rage.
I believe it.
They're not emotionally regulated enough to handle the idea that they should worry about someone else's life on top of their own. So that's what scares me. So when you talk about getting a motorcycle, which you have once in a while, you're like, oh, I want to get one.
I like the idea of it. I like
you.
riding. I like riding my bike, so I don't know. Maybe that would translate to me.
Well,
like,
the
liking
bike
to
is
ride
the
a
same
motorcycle.
thing. Like, I don't know.
Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe those are completely different things.
I don't think so, because you can ride a bike on the sidewalk, but you're technically not supposed to. I don't really know what the laws are for that. I've seen people riding in the streets. I've seen people riding on the sidewalk, but I know people do not like cyclists either, and that's what scares me.
Sometimes for good reason.
Good reason.
I would say sometimes a lot of cyclists are very inconsiderate of drivers. When it's the drivers having to be considerate of the cyclists.
I guess, but I think that the infrastructure, especially in California,
wasn't made for bikes.
Was not made for bikes.
We're trying to change that, though.
We are, but sometimes I feel like it's a little too late, because
It's never too late.
They start adding bike lanes to streets that are already like narrow as hell, and it's kind of ridiculous. And kind of, piggybacking off of that. We come to trucks as well, which we've talked about before. We see trucks all the time, and I've seen many videos where trucks just haul ass on the freeway and they slam into the back of one car and they take out 3 more in front of them.
Yeah.
That's scary. Trucks need to have their own lanes or something. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of issues with traffic here in California. I'm sure if you're coming from another state where traffic may not be as such a big of an issue, and you come to California, it's very intimidating to drive here.
Do you think that's a bigger issue? Those like 8-wheeled,
18-wheelers?
18-wheelers. That's the number. Being on the freeway or bikes being on the street.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. 18-wheelers are like the big trucks. Like, they're supposed to technically be in their own lane. They're supposed to be in the lane that's like
the last two.
What were you gonna say?
It's the way that the trucks work. It's supposed to occupy the far 2 right lanes. So if you're numerically going from 1 through 4, they occupy lanes 3 and 4 only. They're not allowed to go into lanes 1 or 2.
See, but that's the thing. They're not allowed to.
But they still do
sometimes. But they
sometimes.
still do, and I still see them. And that freaking sucks. But also, those same lanes are supposed to be the slow lanes. And so they're still hauling ass in slow lanes where regular cars are. And I think it was like a month or 2 ago is when that video came out from, I think, the Ontario area, where that truck driver... I don't know why he didn't hit the brakes or what happened. I can't remember the full situation, but if you see the video, it's terrifying. It is one of the worst things I've ever seen. He slams into the back of one truck and 2 more in front of it collide, and they all just explode into a ball of fire. It's terrible. And that's why I don't really like to drive in the slow lane when there's trucks. I will never stick myself in between 2 of those 18-wheelers.
Would you say that's a quick death?
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I would not want to burn alive.
For those listening, think of an accordion coming together. It's kind of like what it would be like to be in the middle of that.
There was also that video of, I can't remember what his name was, but the was it the creator of Call of Duty?
Yeah, he died.
Right?
Yeah, it was on video too.
He was out in the Angeles National Forest, I think, up there in the mountain, racing around, and I don't know what kind of car, but he was making a turn, and I guess he just lost control, and he hit the barrier, and it just burst into flames. Another reason I will not buy expensive cars.
Hey, he died doing what he loved, though.
I guess so, but that, I mean,
Driving
that's
is actually like insanely scary sometimes.
it can be. I mean, if you're going at high speeds, I mean, sometimes when I talk to my coworkers, you know, they talk about how they're speeding on like the freeways, or like they're coming home late at night from, you know, wherever they're at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, empty freeways, you know, I get to go like 100 miles an hour. I'm like, I will still drive at the proper speed.
Yeah.
Even late at night, because I mean, you never know. Like one day I mean, even like Bo's tire, that one time he was pulling into a gas station and the wheel just collapsed. That just snapped on you.
Yeah, that was really bad when that happened, because I can retell the whole story that day, because that really made me so upset that day. I was leaving work. I usually like wait in the parking lot like 20 minutes just because I'm like, you know, leaving workspace. Yeah, decompressing, leaving workspace. So I can just go. And then I go down the road. The last intersection before I go to the freeway so I can start getting home, there was an accident right there. And I see like 2 cars ahead of me, and I realize there's an accident. I was like, oh, okay, I'm right here. There's a right turn lane to go up into a gas station lot and then go around to get back to the exact road I need to go to get home. So I turn my wheel to go right, and I feel like my car thunks. It feels like I hit something. So I'm there, and I'm like confused. I try and turn the wheel, like, oh, you know, did I hit a pothole or something? I get out, I look, and it looks like nothing's wrong, because at least from my side, it doesn't look like I'm not stuck on anything. And I'm just stuck there, like I'm literally putting my foot on the pedal all the way through. My car's not doing anything. Eventually, like I get it to like hobble over a couple of times to get up out of the way now, because now I'm the one causing a blockage.
Oh, that's awkward. I hate that.
And then I like take a look, and my car's tires are just, they're at 2 different like directions. Like our dog stands like that, where he just has like his feet.
His paws are just like,
yeah, his feet are just out like that.
Hi.
And so it was just like, I guess the ball joint came out from either that turn or just, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, it's little things like that where you're having a shitty day, and then it just gets shittier.
Yeah, I mean, those are what is it called when something that no one is at fault for happens? They call it like an accident by God or something. You know what I'm talking about? It usually happens when like a tree falls down and it hits someone's house.
Act of God.
Act of God, yeah. Like something like that happening, like.
You know, my insurance still tried to flag me as at fault for that, for negligent driving.
What the hell?
Yeah. When they were saying that, oh, this might raise your rate because you were not paying attention to your surroundings.
Honestly, insurance is like one of the biggest scams of them all. I was parked outside. I think, where was I at? I was parked outside at our job, we can go to like various locations. I was parked at a location where I was borrowed to. And I was having a good day. I was having a good night. And next thing you know, my car alarm starts going off. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go outside to look, and I don't see anything wrong with it. The lights are just going off. And I'm like, okay, let me go check. So I walk over to the car, and I notice that my license plate is bent in the front, and that the bumper is pushed in. I was like, fuck, someone hit my car.
Oh, that was recent. I remember
that was like the end of last year, I think.
Yeah, I think is like October, November.
Yeah, I think it was raining that day too. And luckily my car has it's recording all the time. And I see the person back into my car and then just take off. And it was a shitty little car. I still like filed a police report, but at the end of it, the guy didn't even have insurance, so he's just driving around there without insurance.
I'm sure a lot of people.
And there are a lot of
Insurance is
people.
insane.
Insurance is insane.
But it's also illegal, right? To not.
It's illegal to drive without it, but many people will do it, and I understand, and I understand.
It's
but
illegal,
I don't
like when you get
agree.
pulled over and they check your ID and stuff. That's also something they're gonna check, and if you don't have
Yeah.
insurance, yeah.
License,
think so.
registration, proof of insurance.
Yeah, it's license, registration, proof of insurance. Yeah.
Dang.
So ideally, everyone should have insurance, but I understand why certain people do not have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy expensive to own a car here in California, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. And I heard from a coworker the other day that I guess they're trying to pass a law to where if you drive a certain number of miles, you have to pay.
Yeah, it's a mileage tax.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What is it exactly? Do you know anything about it?
From what I know, it's they're going to be doing a taxation based on the amount of miles you drive, like within the fiscal tax year.
That's ridiculous.
And yeah, that's what people are saying, that somehow, despite everything else going on in the world, that's at least within our state, that's what people are not getting upset about. You know, the fact that it takes 11 miles to drive to one place for work. Some people who have a longer commute, like let's say that you have a job in Los Angeles and you're based, in our city, that's upwards of 30 miles back and forward, and then you're going to be taxed on it in addition to paying for gas or electric.
Not only that, but it's like the traffic makes.
What's the idea though? I don't understand. Why would they do that?
I
all
don't
of a
know.
sudden?
I guess they need more money for
For war?
construction.
Yeah,
They're gonna say construction.
the same
It's
patch
a
of
state
road.
thing. It's not even like a federal thing.
Oh,
Keep in mind. So it would go to like construction, which by the way, construction takes fucking forever here in California, which is
because
another
it's
thing.
contracted work.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's fair, I guess.
So I can give you a historical impact of the last time that they went based off of pay rate instead of time frame. And
Okay.
so I don't remember the full story behind it, but I'm pretty sure most people can look up like the Rush construction job that happened in California. Basically, I believe it was the governor of California at the time. He wanted to have like a bridge constructed or something, or like a road was
Okay.
constructed, and he had promised the construction team that for every month that they were able to go under the estimated time that they were given, they would get a bonus. And they were originally contracted for 3 years to do the project.
Mm-hmm.
They got it done in, I think, like 6 months
Damn.
because of the bonus. But then at the same time, the work was half-assed the entire time. So I think the bridge collapsed or something.
that's
Jesus,
crazy.
there's
They
no
should be
winning.
all held liable for that. That's insane.
Well, I'm sure they were.
And that's how most of CalWorks works now, is that they're contracted for a certain amount of time in order to just have time to do their project. That's why the certain road will be closed for 6 months, despite the fact that they're only like repatching a single part of the road.
I don't really have a solution for that. I'm not gonna lie. I
What do
don't
you
really know.
mean?
Like I don't have like a.
Give them job. They do job ASAP. Job is done.
Okay, I get that, but you have to pay them a certain amount, right?
Yeah, and they can get paid whatever is necessary. I don't understand.
Like I don't
why
know
are
how
we?
I'm
why
not.
are we
I'm not
charging
making
them for amount at a
hold
time?
On, hold on. I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm just saying I don't want that to happen again, right? Like we can.
Well,
we can
by the
rush
sound of it, it
work.
sounds like it's happening a lot.
No, because you're referring to the way it was before, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah, so he's referring to the way it was done before, which means that
Well, that was a one-time thing. After
Okay.
that, I'm pretty sure they never did like, if you can finish before this date, you get bonuses.
yeah, so they learned their lesson, I guess. Yeah. Basically, yeah, we can finish it, but we're gonna duct tape it and glue it and all that stuff, and
No, you're
we're
not.
just gonna see what happens.
No, they
I mean,
ain't.
that's how housing is getting done now.
Oh my god.
I mean, have you ever
what is it,
seen-
the landlord's paint job.
The landlord special.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
landlord special, which is pretty much like every
Painting over
apartment.
dirt. They're not cleaning anything.
Dude,
They're just
sometimes-
painting over
Hours.
the mess.
What was it at our last apartment? I think I saw like a couple of flies that were just stuck to the wall.
That's crazy.
They're just like there forever, fossilized in the paint.
Do you believe that the room gets a little smaller after every paint job?
Scientifically speaking, that is true because you're adding like a millimeter of material on top of the already existing structure.
I don't like. How long do you think it would be until you?
It would have to be like
feel the
thousands
effect.
of years.
It would-
Not
yeah.
thousands. I just think that sometimes, like, I would say after 3 paints over, you can kind of just feel the vibe of it. Is that kind of crazy to say that?
A little bit.
Like, I don't know, like, obviously visually you're not going to see the room like, whoa, this looks really small.
I think
It's just like, you would kind of know, would you not? When you're looking at the texture of the wall and you just see how many times it was painted over, that's something you can actually, like, look at, right?
Never thought about that in my life.
It's kind of interesting. Like, how many times
It's
do you
interesting.
think
But
landlords
that's like
have just painted
that's
over
like
their own
fuzzy
paint?
slipper status type of thought.
Fuzzy slipper status
Yeah.
type of thought.
Yeah, like you belong in a nut house.
It's not even a crazy thing to think about.
That's a crazy thing to think about.
Well, we were talking about landlords painting over.
Well,
dirt
yes. I mean,
and
if I see a fucking
mess.
fly painted over and stuck to the wall, I mean, I'm gonna think about it. But if it's just a regular old paint job, I'm not gonna think, this room's smaller. It's getting smaller every day. Every time I paint it, I notice the ceiling.
I mean,
get
that was
lower.
just a random question that I just thought about because we were talking about like painting over.
Well, I love
paint.
your random questions, and I would like to know what else you have in mind.
Let me think. What do you
What's-
think? What are your thoughts on popcorn ceiling? Do you think
Oh, I
popcorn
hate
ceiling?
popcorn ceiling.
Okay, well, why
If-
was popcorn ceiling even a thing before then?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. the
Wasn't it for
historical-
like it's not insulation, but it's like soundproofing because when you are speaking, your voice will bounce off like walls and stuff. But the popcorn ceiling, because it is that like texture, it's meant to just like catch it. Like, I
Is
don't
that
know.
what it is?
Something I've
Because-
heard that.
Okay, because I love your mom's house, but every time we go there, I look at the ceiling and I'm like, I want to scrape it. I want to scrape it all off so bad. I've
Really? It
seen
bothers
videos
you?
where because they. Have you ever seen videos where they wet it and then they just scrape it off? It looks so satisfying, and your whole house is popcorn ceiling,
Yeah, it's
and
an
it-
old house.
and it drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely nuts
I don't
because
think
I'm
it's
thinking about
terrible.
all the dirt and all the dust that is stuck to like.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And it's just years and years of it. You want to talk about crazy? Let's talk about dust.
What about dust?
Dust is like it's dead human skin cells and.
So wherever there are people, there is dust.
Yeah.
How come there's dust in caves?
What do you mean? That's dirt.
It's not dust.
No, it's dirt.
So whenever you're picture
mean,
an
I'm
old
sure- I'm
western
sure-
and you're just seeing the dust, is that just dirt too?
I mean, most of it would probably be dirt.
So dust is what? Just skin cells and
I mean,
Junk?
it's various other things too. I mean, it is dirt, but the dust like you see on fans, the dust that you see in like air
Yes.
filters, like that. I would say I think a majority of it's like dust mites and dead human skin
so
cells.
if I get
and
like dust from the fan and then put it under a microscope, what am I gonna see?
probably dust mites.
Dust mites.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's important to get like.
so you're telling me if I hold all that dust in my hand and put it in the and cup it like this and just hold it there for like a day, bacteria is gonna grow from that because there's like mites and stuff in it?
bacteria?
Or what's
I mean,
gonna happen?
I
What
think
are those dust mites
bacteria
gonna do?
regardless is gonna grow, but I can't tell you what's gonna happen. I'm not a scientist. Like
Are
that.
dust mites? Can they go on my skin? Can I see them?
Yeah, I would say so.
Dust mites and folic mites already exist on every living being.
So if I got the
They're in
dust,
your
I
eyelashes
can't
right
like.
now.
You know that thing from South Park, the whole like microbiome thing? The episode where Kyle's like gets freaked out about the fact that half the human like body isn't even human matter. It's like microorganisms.
I'm gonna say no to that one.
There is an episode of Invader Zim.
I know exactly. That's what I was thinking about when we were talking about this.
I think where he's wearing like it's where he like learns about germs, right, or something like
Yeah.
that, and he realizes how disgusting like human
his
beings
world
are.
is
Yeah,
just just
Honestly,
eating, like something
yes.
disgusting in front of him. and
if
just making
I
a
had
mess.
those goggles, I would go insane.
Yeah, I would not want to look at.
Yeah, I
them.
would not want to see how much bacteria and germs are on everything because I
You ever
think
see the Ice King's wizard eyes from Adventure Time, where you
Mm-mm.
could see like other spirits and stuff that just exist, but you can't normally see them. Only wizards can see them.
No, I haven't seen that.
That one was kind of scary
Why?
because it's like they made a joke early in the episode where oh, like, oh, Ice King's crazy because this is what he sees all the time. That's why he's
Okay.
crazy. But I don't know. Like, you would probably be crazy too if you are you're living in this world that we're living in right now, where everything just kind of makes sense. But then add to the fact that there is just other creatures in your vision at all times, and you can't interact with them or anything. So it's just weird. It's scary. I'm probably not doing the best job at explaining that episode.
If you could see spirits, like let's say you were like a psychic or something,
What kind of spirits are we talking about?
like just dead people.
Dead people? How?
What do you mean dead people? How?
Like, is it kind of like I can have a conversation with them and it is their soul speaking to me, or is it something demonic?
I mean, it could be either. It could be. It
Yeah,
could
I'm
be a
just gonna
normal
not take the
dead-
chance on that one then. Probably not.
I'm not asking you
Oh,
if you
I don't
get
have
the
a choice.
choice. You don't have a choice. You
Okay.
like wake up one day. What?
Let's say it's The Shining, like where it's that level of like dead people.
I'm like trying to remember The Shining, but I think I understand it
The
because
Shining.
sometimes they would ask him for help, right?
From Welcome to Derry, you know how
Derry was evil. That was scary.
I know, but that regardless, that's called The Shining. That's the phenomenon.
I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking more like.
Well, I'm saying that's a version that he can use as a mental example,
What were you thinking of?
I'm just thinking like.
like the Warrens, maybe.
No, I don't. I have a whole issue with the Warrens. I don't want to get into that right now. That's
That
for
they're not
another
real?
time. I'm thinking more like The Sixth Sense. You ever watch The Sixth Sense?
I see dead people.
Yeah, you've seen the movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the kid can see dead people.
Okay.
Okay, what is it called? Spoiler?
Spoiler. I mean, everyone's seen it's.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. But then the guy ends up being not alive at the end.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's the question?
So the question is, what would you do if you woke up one day and you started to see dead people? How are you going to react? Are you going to ignore them? Or are you going to... Because keep in mind, they know that you can see them, right? So they're instantly attracted to you because you're aware of their presence. And they're going to want to
Can I
help.
pretend like I'm not aware and they'll leave me alone?
No, because you'll see them all the time.
So, what's stopping me from just being surrounded by a million people because they want someone to talk to that's on the other side?
I mean, nothing. You either... I mean, I'm sure there's a way where you can, like, close the third eye that you have at that point. But I'm thinking more like, are you going to help them pass on? Like, what if...
Yeah, why not? I mean, I would definitely try to. I mean,
How would
first
you
of all,
convince others?
I mean, who do I need to convince? Why do I have to
I don't
convince
know.
others?
I might think you're crazy.
Yeah, you probably would think I'm crazy. I'm. You would
You
be
would
the,
really
you'd be in the
have to-
right
you would
state
have
of
to-
mind to think I'm crazy.
You would really have to, like, prove to me.
Yeah, and I don't think I would have. Oh, you know, there's probably so many ways I can prove it now that I think about it. What
Yeah?
if I just talk to someone that's passed on and they tell me something that only that person could have known or something like that? That's
See, now we're going
very
down
easy.
the Ghost Whisperer route. You ever seen Ghost Whisperer?
It's very sad.
It is a very sad. I feel like I got teary-eyed in every episode.
Teary-eyed because of what?
What do you mean?
It's kind of like evil, is it not?
What are you talking about?
Okay, well, hold on. Is
Are
the
we talking
Ghost
about the
Whisperer?
same thing?
What I'm thinking about right now is someone that uses their image or whatever as someone that could talk to the dead as a means of like capitalizing on people.
Not what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
what are you talking about?
Ghost Whisperer was a show.
Okay,
It was a show about a woman who works in an antique store,
okay.
and she can speak to the dead. And so every
I
episode...
wonder what every episode. What was she even doing?
Well, I mean, it takes place in like a little, and this is one of the biggest reasons. Well, one of the biggest reasons I liked Black Jeeps, and one of the biggest reasons I liked like small little towns, because it takes place in like Washington, I think, in a fake town, and the set was really cool because the set was like it was just a little town.
Uh-huh.
But every episode is her running into like a spirit who she's trying to help cross over.
Okay, so was she just
And-
talking to herself the whole time?
Well, that's what it looks like to other normal people, right? So the whole episode, she's trying to find information about the people she's speaking to, figure out why they're not crossing over, how to help them cross over, and how to convince the family members that she's actually talking to their dead loved ones.
Okay. I'm very interested in how she manages to do
And
that.
it's exactly like you said. She literally starts telling them stuff that only that person would know.
Was this before or after the script reading?
What?
I'm just kidding.
No, it's not like she's not pretending to be a psychic. It's a drama. It's not a real. This isn't a real life thing.
Oh, you
It's
had me
just a
thinking this was real.
No, but those are bad too. I've seen like what's her name? Like Sylvia Brown. She used to be this psychic that would go on to like. I think she had her own talk show, and I think that she had she was on this one show with Montel Williams, I think his name was.
Okay.
And she was one of those psychics which would go on there and people would be like, "Oh, my dad passed away 2 years ago. Like, can you let me know if he's okay?" And or it would be situations where someone's kid went missing or someone's loved one went missing.
Terrible.
Did you ever see that clip where the interviewer hands this psychic a picture and the psychic's like, "Oh, this girl's dead."
And it was like
the
she was
interviewer's
right there
like,
or
"That's
something?
me." And then she's like, "Oh, well, that's just the vibe I got," or something like that.
I feel like they and that person would continue to do their bullshit on TV or what?
Probably.
Like even after that clip went public? Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen anything from this psychic. I don't even remember her name, so she must have not been that famous. But Sylvia Brown was kind of like
I'm
that.
not like trying to be a hater or just trying to discredit anyone from anything like what is it? Would you say paranormal or just more of like
paranormal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested in that, and I love to see I would love to experience my own version of, oh my god, I can't explain this kind of scenario. But unfortunately, I feel like in today's day and age, it's very hard to have that reality when everything is on camera, everything's being recorded. People are so deceitful. I don't know. There people are always trying to get a one up on other people.
I used to be very, very much into the paranormal, like ghosts and UFOs and all that stuff. But now with the invention of AI and now that everyone has a camera, now that people are wearing their cameras on their faces, you would think we would have captured
something,
so many things, but there's nothing. Unless people are just getting really good at hiding it or whatever. I mean, there are videos out there of people
sometimes like
things,
things that like do exist and things that you could watch are sometimes like what you're looking for. I feel like people are so creative with creating like short films and just kind of, I don't know, like SCP projects or something that are genuinely kind of terrifying when you think about them.
Yeah, and I mean that's fine and all, but sometimes I like seeing videos where things are genuinely unexplainable.
Yeah, I love those videos too.
Those are the things that I watch and I'm like, wow, that actually left me with like chills, or that they kind of make me like, oh my god, like if I walk out in the dark right now, somebody's watching me. And I've told you about this before. Sometimes if I watch a video and I get up really early for work, so sometimes I watch scary videos before I go to work because I don't know, it just feels like the vibe at that time. It's 3 a.m, might as well. And sometimes they kind of do leave me a little creeped out or spooked. So I'm walking to my car at 3 a.m. and looking behind me, or I hear something and I'm like, damn, I need to get to my car faster. So.
Yeah.
But those are always fun. But I don't know. A lot of videos like that don't really exist anymore.
What's a video that you watched that couldn't be explained that did scare you?
It was one that you pointed out.
I'm like, I was gonna say mine too, and I feel like you're talking about mine.
You can go ahead and explain it.
Are we talking about the old man asking for help?
Yes.
Yeah, that one was really interesting.
Explain that one.
From memory, I'm explaining it from memory, and I've only ever watched it
Unless
once.
you want me to explain it.
I mean, let me see. So there's this video where this woman is coming home from whatever, right? She's holding like her bags or her purse from memory, right? This is from memory. She's walking to her door, and the footage that we are looking at, you are essentially inside, like, was it like a camera on like the porch or something?
I think it's like a camera that's facing the entrance of, or like they have like a courtyard. Mm-hmm. And in that courtyard, there's the entrance to the main house, and I think there's like a little side door,
Yeah.
which leads into their laundry room.
Yes, and this woman's going, like, you could see her approaching, walking towards the door, and then randomly, like, you hear this, what, from memory. To me, like, obviously it was meant to be an old man. This sounds like an old man, but to me, it sounded like someone pretending to be an old man, in my opinion. And this person proceeds to be like, "Oh, lady, help me, help me." And I don't remember her immediate reaction, but it scared her. Like, so she went and
Yeah.
called the police.
It
And
scared her because she said it sounded like it was coming from her laundry room. It sounded like it was very close to her.
yeah,
And so she did call the police, and they came and they looked around. They didn't see anyone. But honestly, if that was me, I mean, I might have the same reaction because it's like,
Yeah,
why
it's
is someone on
terrifying.
my property, you know? And it's those, like, Ring camera footage is probably the one type of footage where if I see something unexplainable from Ring camera footage, I'm like, okay, that's really weird.
you sometimes you get those videos, and there's a lot of them where kids just show up at like a house at like 2 or 1 in the morning, like asking for help, and they just go away, never heard from.
Yeah. There are also different videos that show people just trying to break in, or
Yeah.
weirdos just like walking on by.
Well, there was
and
one
scoping it
recently
out.
where it's this old man wearing a dress, and he had a knife in his mouth. That one was pretty
I
popular.
thought it was a woman. Was it a man?
I'm pretty sure it was a man. It was
I
a
remember
man.
what you were
like,
talking
looked
about.
like a woman.
It was a very
like a
thin
man.
person, yeah.
Yeah. And
That was
He was holding a
terrifying.
knife in his mouth.
See,
he
and
was
that's
trying to
why
get
I'm
someone to
like,
open the
I'm
door.
always aware of what's behind me. If I hear footsteps following me up, I'm like, okay, I need to like prepare. 'cause
That guy
that's
definitely
weird.
looked crazy, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
You could
if
take
I
him?
saw him approaching me, even me, I could probably take him. He looked
Yeah?
withered. He looked. I don't know.
I don't know.
He looked like think of the witch from Left 4 Dead. He looked like that.
I don't think you could take the witch from Left 4 Dead.
Okay, definitely not the witch, but I'm just saying, like, imagine the witch as a person with regular human anatomy.
See, but you don't know what kind of drugs these people are on sometimes.
yeah, but okay,
And like PCP, for example, that terrifies me. That's scary. You ever seen a person on PCP?
I mean, okay, well, no, but first of all, going back to this old man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just gonna be like, okay, I can disarm him, I can grab his knife from whatever, and then I can just hold him. No, dude, I want to be like, I'm gonna grab a brick or a rock or whatever I see, and then that's gonna be, he has that, I have whatever I have, and then I don't know, like, let's say I'm wearing the clothes I'm wearing now. It's just a kitchen knife, right? Wasn't it some like kitchen knife?
Dude, I would not want to die by getting stabbed. That
No, I wouldn't either.
That sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible.
I think I remember a video that happened. This video comes from Canada, if I'm not mistaken, and it was at a Starbucks, and this person was vaping like in front of the store, and so the employee goes out and is like, "Hey, sir, like you can't vape it. You can't vape like in front of the store." And the guy just starts shanking him.
Brother, was
And
this
he
just a homeless
died.
man?
No, I don't know. I mean, they don't. I mean, I don't remember. But I remember.
So much
it-
for Canada being like nice and shit.
Well,
that sounds
I mean,
awful.
those are myths. Obviously, Canada's just.
Do you think
I'm
it's
sure-
a myth, or do you think overall, now that everyone's on the internet, we're all just more connected and we're all just kind of becoming one culture, like all together?
That's an interesting observation to make.
Would
I
you
don't-
not
I don't
say that
know.
in 100 years? Like,
that we're all gonna be pretty like?
yeah, because we're already on the internet together.
I mean,
Like,
maybe
we're just at different like sections.
But I mean,
divided by language.
each
probably.
country has like their own algorithm that pushes
I
cultural
guess
things
it's true.
towards
Oh,
themselves.
that's
yeah.
probably very true.
I mean, I remember one of my videos was getting weirds me out sometimes. That video that I had that went like viral for a little bit. I was
Uh-huh.
getting people stitching it and translating it into Spanish or just talking about it for like a different side of TikTok. So that was kind of cool. Someone called me a Yankee,
What does that mean?
an American.
Oh,
They were like, I saw this video.
yeah, they were spot on.
I saw this video from this Yankee. I was like, that felt kind of weird to be called a Yankee.
Is it an insult or is it?
I don't think so. But I mean, I've never.
Does it have anything to do with like the Yankees?
I mean, why do you think Yankee is just the name of? I don't actually know where the term comes from,
Yeah,
but I
now
know
that
it's an
I'm thinking about
American.
it, is that why they're called the Yankees? Because they're American, or
Well, yeah, that's why they're called. Yeah,
yeah, but what came first, the meaning or the name, or I don't know. Are
I
they
don't. I'm
referencing
on.
the
Let me
team?
look this up. Hold on.
Kowalski analysis
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I'm like, what does Yankee mean? What does Yankee mean? Let me see.
has something to do with Yankee Doodle, I think.
Generally refers to a person from the United States with more specific meanings depending on context. An inhabitant of the northern U.S. or internationally any American. It originated as an 18th century, often derogatory term for colonists, though today it commonly denotes a New Englander or simply an American.
Well, you're a Yankee.
That's crazy. Well, with that being said, I think we've talked about creepy stuff long enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can honestly find any of these videos and link them down below because a lot of these videos that we're talking about are very interesting, and you guys should be aware of it so that you know if someone's following behind you to keep an eye out. So be
Yes.
aware of your surroundings, please, and if you see any cool shit, please film it and send it to us because we'd love to see it. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for joining us today on Odd Frequency.
All right. Bye bye,
And
everyone.
we'll see you next time. Bye bye.